All right, everyone. How you guys doing today? Let's go. Give it a round of applause for Martin Luther King. Let's go. That's what's up. The 27th annual year for the Martin Luther King's Open Mic Poetry Slam. You know, dedicating this pretty much for Zannette Lewis. She was my mentor. She was the one who actually made this happen for us. You know, and it's been going on ever since. Also my mentor over there, Ngoma, teacher, mentor, and all that. So before we start, we're going to have a land acknowledgement by David. And you want to come up real quick? Give it up for David. Let's go. We got to get y'all hands warmed up so far.
Croilot, thank you very much. It's really an honor to be here, and it's fantastic to see you all. And on behalf of the Peabody Museum, I want to welcome you to the 27th annual celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy of environmental and social justice. That's right. So as I said, my name's David Heiser. I'm the Director of Student Programs at the Peabody Museum. I've been at the Peabody about 21 years and have been honored to be involved in our celebration of Dr. King for that entire time. So it's been fantastic, but I'm really glad that we are back in person this year. So thank you for those of you who are here. I'm also incredibly pleased that we could be online too. So it's great to be able to serve our online audience at the same time. So thanks to everybody for being here. I want to start off by thanking our organizational partners. Over the years, we've had many organizational partners, big and small, but in particular this year, I want to call out the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection for being a partner from the beginning and a long and strong partner throughout. So let's give a hand for the Connecticut DEEP. Thank you. I also, I will come back to this in a minute, but I do want to recognize that our 27th annual celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is generously sponsored by Citizens Bank. And like I said, we're going to share, in just a second, we're going to share a message from them. But before we do that, I want to begin the program by offering our land acknowledgement for the land on which we're gathered here today. Yale University acknowledges that indigenous peoples and nations, including Mohegan, Mashantucket Pequot, Eastern Pequot, Schaghticoke, Golden Hill Paugussett, Niantic, and the Quinnipiac and other Algonquin-speaking peoples have stewarded through generations the lands and waterways of what is now the state of Connecticut. We honor and respect the enduring relationships that exist between these peoples and nations and this land. And so now, before we begin, as I said, I'd like to share the following welcome from Citizens Bank, a longstanding supporter of the annual Martin Luther King celebration, and this year presenting corporate sponsor for this year's event.
Hello and welcome to the 27th annual celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy of social and environmental justice. I'm Lisa Moss, President of the Connecticut Bank for Citizens. We're proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Yale Peabody Museum and the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environment celebration of the life and legacy of Dr. King. The anniversary of Dr. King's birthday is a time for all of us to reflect, to learn, and apply those learnings to today's challenges and to review our efforts to honor his legacy. At Citizens, we serve our customers and colleagues and communities to help them reach their potential, because when we do, families are stronger, businesses grow, and communities prosper, the economy thrives. We're thrilled to bring you this series of free online and in-person programming for you and your family to hear from environmental justice leaders making a real difference in our communities. From all of us here at Citizens, we hope you're enjoying this wonderful programming being offered this weekend. Thank you.
But thank you very much, Dave. What's up? All right, folks. Thank you for coming in out here to the 27th annual Martin Luther King's Environmental Justice Poetry Slam, Open Mic, all of that. You guys know what a call and response is? Yeah. Okay, so I say something, and then I want you to say something back. I'm trying to get you guys warmed up. Feel like a lot of you guys didn't get your breakfast in this morning, so we're going to be a spiritual breakfast You know, we're going to connect with you on a spiritual level. So every time I say Martin Luther, you say King. Martin Luther! 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 King. All right, let's start the open mic, guys. This is going to be a random open mic. Yes, 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 yes. Get your hands clapping. I'm going to do a random one. Whoever picks one is the one that's coming up. And it is Brother Bear. Is Brother Bear in? Give it up for Brother Bear! Let's go as he comes in and do his poem for the open mic. Let's go, Brother Bear. All right.
How y'all doing? All right. Yes, I go by the name of Brother Bear. I'm actually from Hartford, Connecticut. It's my first time performing here at Yale. So I'm going to let y'all learn a little bit about me and then, get off stage. So this first one is called Gang Signs. Everybody in here knows what a gang sign is, correct? All right. I throw up gang signs every once in a while. When people ask me why I do, I will simply tell you I am making fun of the people who do this on a daily because it's the lifestyle they chose. I will laugh and joke because these hand movements look like sign language, though I can tell you, most of the people who use them aren't deaf. As a matter of fact, they blow my ears out themselves if they would ever catch me. And low-key, I think that's cool. So I stack these up high to like them, my friend. I throw up gang signs every once in a while because it is sign language. So when a white person asks me why I do, I would simply say it is silent communication with my brothers, a way to let them know we always have each other, a sacred oath. So that if I would ever get lost in the crowd, they would see these high in the sky and know that I am loud, proud, and okay. It's a way for me to let them know that me and bro, me and me go will never fall out of touch. Even if our friendship would ever rust, I'd be there in a rush if I ever got the call that he was in a rut. This is me familiar. But really, I throw up gang signs every once in a while because that's the culture we created, right? When you go on TikTok and see white girls throwing up GDK thinking it's a half heart, you must know what you have started when they don't know that that sign represents the dearly departed. The hip-hop culture they like to call has brought attention to all the rights and wrongs, and this generation sees everything, so like a viral sickness, they caught it. I've been infected too, though I will never claim pyro. It's like a dance move. I can show you exactly what to do. And though I'm not from the neighborhood, it's very understood that if I do this, I am now rolling with the 60s, and it's like that for good. I mean, that's the culture we push. It's always been a thing. Being a square got you a wife, and being a gangster got you the wedding ring, but nobody wants that, right? You want to be the popular type, so you started listening to Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and things that helped you learn a life. These labels know it too. They grab onto our youth and turn them to the same people they've been listening to. It's young, impressionable black kids who are living proof. They got you listening to trap music, not realizing they trap you into thinking that it's cool. Listening to drill while they drill you into a grave. It's a shame how nowadays R&B can get you roped and beat into a gang. Battle rapping you locked into battles and losing the war because cloud rap getting you photoshopped into the same clouds when real gangsters settle the score. I mean, what is this really all for? It's the disease, the stigma that makes you not want to be yourself, so people nowadays get their personality from somebody else. A collection of missing pieces they don't have in their soul. Depressed young kids be outside and bored, so they start kicking in doors and tell you to get on the floor, because that's what G Herbo was doing. I mean, Kendrick said he did it too. The almighty conscious brothers had to come from the pain through and through. We're losing good kids to these mad cities, more like these mad systems, because these songs have become a pipeline so that when they fight crime, they can spot a kid like me and say, oh, he's mine in due time. I may be another goner lost in the art of war. DJ Khaled told you they don't want you to succeed, and they are winning, directly profiting off our sinning, using us as tools while they sit in the background grinning. Are you listening, or do I need to speak and sign again? Young Thug gets caught on a RICO, and everybody acts surprised that it's him when he's been on social media telling everybody he's been killing his ops who have been killing his friends, and in the end, nobody's taking action. Well, we rapping about gun blasting, gang infractions, and choir singing while we lower more kids in the caskets. Because most of the time, none of this is even true. They're all just stupid kids like me throwing up gang signs every once in a while because they think it's cool. That's poem one. I'm gonna do one more and I'm gonna get out your way. This next piece is called Pray My Soul. So thank you for your time. I guess I'm not your average type. The situations I've been through left me half as nice. In some cases, I guess I had to write. See, what I've been through, I wasn't acting right. So I picked up a pencil and let my thoughts be a sacrifice. So you still listening? Forgive my lack of layered penmanship, but I've chosen to be blunt with these next sentences. Let me take you through a story of a black boy who didn't want to be in mourning, but Well, see, they chose war for me. I've been shot down, choked out, locked down, even broke into my own house, killed my girl, and they keep wondering what I'm fighting about. Bruises on my neck, bullets in my chest, scars on my wrist, and it's all for a check? Nah, it's power. And that's something I can't respect. They put so many bodies in the ground, yet I'm supposed to be the threat? Bet I am. And I'm gonna go make sure you never forget the names of the people that you laid to rest. So soon you may see me on your phone, on your TV. Hopefully it's just a video, but maybe I get too greedy. Write Black Power in the station and my name in graffiti. I try to duck out, but see, I never been too speedy. So when they catch me, I'll be another BMCD, plastered on the news, all you won't believe me. But it's really true, I'll become another repeat, blast from the past, don't act like you never seen me. Now it's all on you, they calling you to the streets, be protesting my name, but I feel like I got set free. From war and pain, see, they tried to deceive me, said my skin was to blame, but my brother said I'm kingly. I guess it's time to embrace it. It feel different breaking out the matrix, but before you become a soldier, you gotta go through basics, so let's face it. The system was built racist, so we gotta break it down in order to fully change it. Pushback is a given. We've been killed in many cases, pulled over, knock, different day, but the same sitch. They spent the last 100 years being stereotypes, so we can take it. So I'm done being silent by any means we need to make it. And if that means peaceful protest, cause of silence, it may come down to full on defiance, riots, and violence. They're gonna try to calm us down to keep their clients, but they can't break me down or take my crown. Wish I could say they can't take me down, but I've been radical lately, soon they gonna lay me down. The SWAT team might machine gun or grenade me down. And if they do, tell my brothers just hold my people down. Forever the foes, balance your soul. I die on my feet before I live on my knees. 10 toes down and 6 feet deep. Peace.
Give it up for Brother Big. Woo. All right. I ain't throwing no gang signs around you, brother. Word up. Next poet up. Start the hand clapping as they come up. It's the Bread is Rising. Bread is Rising. Carlos and Dufra. Raul, where you at? Where the brothers at? All right, these brothers are coming all the way from Nueva York, New York. That's how you say it in Spanish, by the way, Nueva York. Brothers are coming all the way from New York. Bread is Rising. These brothers been coming here like almost every year. We got to give them they props. They coming right down. Right behind you, Ngoma. There he is. All right, give it up for Bread is Rising. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Croilot, for a great introduction. Yeah, and to be clear, this year marks 20 years we've been coming to this program. We're always happy and honored to be here. And just because Ngoma sent an email, and that's how come we're here, and I really appreciate it. Give a shout out to Ngoma right here. And another big shout out to Croilot for hosting as always. We just saw Paula Panzarella around here. Just want to acknowledge her for always being a great friend to us, to the Bread is Rising, and to David over here for always give us a warm welcome over here. So give him a shout out too. And this year also marks the 55th anniversary of Martin Luther King's last campaign, the Poor People's Campaign. And this is a dedication to year 55 of the original Poor People's Campaign. Poor power is and always must be the message. A letter to all forces gathered to place the writing on the hunger wall and break bread made by our friends the diggers. If grandmother Mattie Grinnell wished to take her 101 years of life to the front lines, we can only go beyond and strike fear into those who impoverish us. They fear our unity. We must love unity, be in solidarity, and get ready for struggle. Poor power is the way. What oppressors do is shameful. Yet where we stand, there is no shame. Only the march to freedom, to those who stand and those who stood and went on after that earth-shaking day, the 4th of April, the Committee of 100, the Mule Train, the Indian Trail, and all the caravans, the rallies to say, I'm on my way to beloved Resurrection City. 55 years later, the lessons. 55 years later, the true account. 55 years later, the never forgetting. Thank you. And I thank you so much. Again, my name is Angel Martinez, and next up, I want to bring the founder and artistic director and one of those poor power organizers, Carlos Raul Duflar.
It was heavy, what he said, and I want to thank everybody, David, Carlisle, brother, and all of us that are here. And I want to honor somebody who was with me 55 years ago. I remember it's 56 years ago when I first saw Martin Luther King at the Riverside Church. I remember that time, that period of time. And I dedicate this. It was a time to break my silence beyond Vietnam. The sadness of his struggle for dignity, for human rights, for love, where sickness of hatred exists here, but it will exist into a new way of life will rise from the sun. I'm going to dedicate this also to the people, my brothers and sisters, 5,000 people that we lived in Resurrection City. I was an original member. I always keep quiet because it's a sad story for some of us. But I want to dedicate this to somebody who was my comrade, the Reverend Annie Chambers, that continues to struggle for justice, for love, and to feeding the people in Baltimore. She lived in Baltimore, and I came out of New York. This is 56 years ago that we know each other, and I wanted to dedicate this. But this is to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King. In this age of past history that connects all of us, while we cherish the new, not in vain, the waters flow and the raven flies above. Let us stand together and honor the birth of Dr. Martin Luther King and its long passage of struggle for human rights, for human dignity, for peace and social justice, and no more to war, which continues all the time. In the Psalms of Dr. Martin Luther King, when he said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, the air has thickened with the voices of hunger, longing for a home, for love, for the power of the people who will give a new life to the sun, to the people of the sun, who, if they know who they are. Listen to the sounds of love supreme. Listen to the sounds of love supreme for a moment of joy and honoring these veterans that are still unknown, those 55,000, those 5,000 people. I remember we used to call ourselves brothers and sisters, regardless of where we came from. We were 9 caravans from all over, the Indian Trail, the Puerto Rican Trail, the Southern Trail, the Midwest Trail, the Eastern Trail, the Northeastern Trail, in which I came from, originally that came from Boston. I could say I honor them. Today, it's 55 years, but to me it's 56 years when I first saw him, and I want to honor him on his 98th birthday. He would have been 98 this year, yesterday. So I want to thank you, everybody, for listening, and let's keep the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Bread is Rising, y'all. Bread is Rising. Talking about a love supreme. Y'all better check that Coltrane. Y'all better check that John Coltrane, a love supreme. No, I ain't gonna sing, not today. All right, let's shuffle real quick for the next mic, open mic, poet. Is it Oso? Give it up for Oso! Come on, give it up. No doubt. All right, brother, man.
Hello, how you doing? Y'all can hear me? Yeah. Cool. So, for those who don't know me, I'm also the poet. I'm gonna go into this piece real quick and get out your way. I wrote this piece as a celebration of life for Martin Luther King, and I dedicate this piece to him on his special day. So, the title of this piece is Let Freedom Ring. It all started with a dream. Born in the darkest hours of history, a period where the fight for equality was a fever dream that our grandparents remember as constant nightmares. Nights where being out past curfew gave the creatures of the night an excuse to pursue you through city blocks built with black hands. It seemed there were no good men left, until a warrior of change emerged, a beacon of light shining through dark alleyways reserved for the shadows of oppression to fight against the forces of tyranny. Here he stood, at the doorstep of the house in the neighborhood at the end of the block that our mothers would warn us about, playing near in fear that knocking on the door to share the gospel of his people would be the last thing he'd ever do. Yet here he stood, in the spaces where prejudice was granted a safe haven to manifest into the minds of children from the next generation, to show that compassion triumphs over violent reactions, that interactions with our fellow man is to gain an understanding rather than becoming that of which we fear. Here he stood, on the highway to hell to bring forth salvation for those riders who died trying to reach Freedom Summit, where so-called patriots of democracy stood before him with hatred in their hearts upon which not even they could comprehend. Yet here he stood, in the jail cells of white America for committing a crime of passion, an action that drew unsung heroes into the streets in large factions. This is no longer just a movement. It was a revolution spurred by agents of change who would rather die standing on their feet than on their knees. And here he stood, the man who wasn't afraid of being a martyr in the war against civil injustice, as he shouted for justice to reach, as he shouted from the steps of Washington for justice to reach the rivers of Montgomery and the hills of Alabama. A life dedicated to the advocacy of the community, to the unification of a nation where you are judged on the content of your character and not the color of your skin. This legacy will live on through the youth who dare to have a dream, even in spaces where no light exists. And they will answer the call for change, standing on the same steps of those who have passed on, but are not forgotten.
Give it up for Oso. Nice. Felt like that brother like resurrected Martin Luther King real quick. Shuffle this a little bit more. All right. You guys, how you guys enjoying this so far? Yeah. All right. Next, we have Empress. All right, give it up for Empress, y'all. Here she is. Here she comes. Almost there. Close enough. Give it up for Empress, y'all.
How's everybody doing today? Good. So my name is Ethereal Empress. I'm going to be doing 2 pieces for you guys today, and I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I know why the cage birds sing. They sing for open air and trees. Be free to roam explore the world, make a home. Instead, all they know are these four walls under lock and key, not knowing who they're meant to be. Oh, I know why the caged birds sing. They scream and yell to be released from captivity, but all you hear is a passionate melody. No remedy to their sorrow. A million todays, not enough tomorrow. Oh, I know why the caged birds sing. Freedom rings in my ears while paralyzed by fear, locked in a cage. An age of conformity and destruction of difference, interfering with my reality. Oh, I sing for harmony of love and light with my will to fight my way out. I know why the caged birds sing. Their spirit is alive, our energies collide. We sing for the freedom that has been taken, but little do we know if we stop singing, maybe we find our way out of here. Thank you. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. This second one is called Supreme, so can I hear all the young ladies and the women make a little bit of noise for me? Yes, okay, so this one's for y'all. You're welcome. So it's called Supreme. Lower your tone when you speak to me. Don't you know I have infinity between these thighs? My womb is the meeting place for the divine. So I'm gonna need you to take some time and figure out who you're talking to. I birth oceans and mountains, fountains of youth draped from my skin, carrying the image of life into the physical reality, carrying trauma from me to my mama's mama. I am a woman made of tender loving care, but all you see is a new toy to destroy with pretty lies and love-soaked ties. I lie still, singing lullabies for the restless little girl inside, afraid to speak up or step on somebody's toes, but oh. The goddess in me yells, oh, she screams, injustice, and just upon me, my sisters, my family. You have us running rabid, convinced that love only exists when you're with me. That life breathes as you stand behind and caress sides of my spine, lost with time. But I decide to dine alone, devour the full course delicacy of free from running, yelling demands of respect with passion as my weaponry. So sit steady as I collect my intellect and grasp my divinity, to let you know God resides in me. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna respect me. Treat my voice like the settling of the autumn breeze, pulling you into my assertive melody. Allowing you some time to recognize that women deserve more than the scraps served on our plates. So I escape this endless race and place my faith in our divinity. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. She was definitely Empress. All right, Empress. That's what we doing. Okay. I see okay, you guys are warming up now. All right. That's what's up. All right, so who's next? So give it up to Najee. Where's Najee? Najee's here. Here he is. Hold on, where is he at? Oh, here he is. Give it up to Najee. He takes his coat off. All right, brother. And he's almost here. Close enough. And here he is. Give it up to Najee, y'all.
How y'all doing today? All right. So I'm a poet laureate from the town of Portland here in Connecticut. I'm not sure if y'all know where that's at. All right. It was made for me too. I'm the first. All right. So let me try to bring it for y'all today. All right. What is it I did? I've been a contributing citizen since I was a kid. Kept out of jail, never caused violence, moved like a mouse, and I stayed real silent. I had hopes and dreams that I tried to reach. Listened to words that all I heard preached from the professors that teach in the schools, in the streets. Read the word of the Bible and all the conspiracy theory leaks. There's so many more problems than the skin that I'm in. Times I have to move like I'm walking on pins. Real slight like a ninja, but I still feel the pain. On top of hate's evolutionary heart stain. I didn't live as a slave, nor the 40s or 60s. I watched videos that hurt my soul forever. They have changed me. History's past has taught us to survive. Persistence has taught us how to thrive. But an unfair climate, adaptability is what God provides. Lessons learned from animals, together we are strong. A simple equation we always get wrong. We hurt ourselves, which makes us weak. A battle we all lose over beef. All right, if y'all want to join me on this, raise your hands. Fold in your thumb. Crinkle your fingers over your palm. Raise your fist high and wish the pain to be gone. From the soul, with tears in your eyes, feel the horrible past of your ancestors to the sky. Let it go, free, and let be. Injustices, brutalities throughout all history. The misery and the truth, the suffering in all lies. Is peace really real, or is the word gonna die? Today, together, let's try. Now open your hand and feel the love, and let's all keep peace alive. I said open your hand and feel the love, and let's all keep peace alive. Thank you very much.
All right, give it up to Najee, y'all. All right. That's what's up. How you guys doing so far? Good. Give it up to yourselves for showing up. Give it up to yourselves for showing up. You guys are here. We dedicate this to you. So next is Angel Martinez. Oh, I already have you? Okay, that's right. That's Bread is Rising. All right, so we have one more selector, one more poet. Word. Philip C. Is Philip C here? Yep, here he is. All right, y'all, give it up for Philip C. Here he is, brother, all suited up. Okay, brother. Don't hurt him out there. All right, I might steal that suit from you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Cool. So the piece I'm actually getting into today is called Age of the Millennials. So it's just touching on, growing up in today's society. We're surrounded by a lot of different things, and I'm going to touch on those things in this piece. Thank you. I am not a people person. I'm just a person that's tolerant of people. I'm just a likable conversationalist in a social media-driven world of anti-socialists, whose perspective derived from a tribe of individuals they probably won't have and will ever meet unless it's at a meet and greet, using memes to grieve and conceal an array of tears, hoping that through hours of scrolling some words will finally speak to you that allow you to retweet as a public admission of your fear as a generational curse. Of childbearing persons who don't know themselves, yet allow someone to know them. But without protection through verbal and intimate deceptions, there was some kind of connection causing judgment to take a misdirection. Though in times of reflection, the mirror gives you clarity. You're able to see that your body is a temple, Not to be used as a sex instrument, but to be something more monumental. You have the privilege to assemble life. You're able to nurture it in its first breaths, which is not something that's coincidental. You must take this time and teach it and lead it through trials that'll be fundamental, if not the effects of something that seems so insignificant can be detrimental. We went from one job for 25 years to had 4 jobs by 18. This is a generation of self-motivated millionaires. Entrepreneurship is a great thing because you see elders will do it purely for the money while our passions drive us. But this ain't an automatic, it's a stick shift. You gotta grind them gears with no fears in order to get where you're going. Not knowing where it will lead you, but I need you to see what's in front of you. You got blessings coming to you, but you're too focused on the rear view. Not reading the highway signs that say no weapon formed against you can pierce you. The Holy Ghost got you never neglected, feeling protected, recognized, warm, sworn by servants of the Lord, heard, wrapped in words of grace, signed by love, written in blood, because if I learned anything, it's never sell your soul for $1. I take what's on my mind and manifest what's mine. They say on your tombstone, it's only 2 sets of numbers, a beginning and an end. But the only thing that matters is the impact you had in between them. Did you live your dreams? Did you travel? Did you accomplish goals that made you feel like you were living? Did you feel alive? Were you scared to die? Did you get a notice or a 10-minute warning on the expiration of your borrowed time? Because some lessons that I took is do not give if you're not solidified. The city light can make the sky noisy so loud it overpowers stars within the sky, but enjoy it while it lasts. The stars always blend back with the sky. My, oh my, there's hues of blue clouds transitioning over you. Whether they bring rain or great views, you can't choose. So the only option is to tackle everything that you manifested for you. You know how blessings do. You could go pray, but you still gotta see it through. Your lows and highs got nothing on unforeseen permanent goodbyes. But every day is a new day, so like Maya Angelou, still I rise. Thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. Give it up, give it up. Yeah, yeah. I like that. He had the suit and he had the give the job. Word, word. This was the last poet actually for our open mic. But before we close it up, the open mic, let me just spit this last piece for you guys real quick. This poem is for the black teacher who told me to go back to my country. I ain't going nowhere. I mean, it's like North America. It's like North America is like Central or South America. Aren't they all called America? So doesn't that classify me, a Caribbean rude boy, as a Central American? It's like the Latina acting like she doesn't have African blood, but you can smell the voodoo in her habichuela. This is not a black-on-black crime. This is about an ignorant black teacher who forgot the red, black, and the green in her jambalaya. We did not come to this country for good weather. We came to take back what was once ours. You can ask the Olmecs, the Mayans, the Incas, the Dahomey Kingdom. Even Frederick Douglass will tell you about our culture, our pride, the first blacks to put the fear in white men, the resurrection of our ancestors and the dances that we walk and the broken languages that we talk. That's why we jazz and the blues. In the blues, we reggae to merengue to compa to salsa to bachata to calypso. Ay, Dios mío. Caramba, you ain't got enough cops to stop a guerrilla army marching and dancing to victory like some Shaka Zulus on Eastern Parkway on Labor Day. Black teacher, Malcolm X would X you out to resurrect the Grenadian blood out of her mother's heritage. In this country, we lack the black teachers. You have the nerve to inspire black student. You have the nerve not to inspire a black student because I came from another country. Don't make me have to put that juju on you. Lit up a candle and knit up a fat Santeria doll that looks just like you. Question, when you make love to a colonist, does it taste like affirmative action? Or does it smell like rape in the cotton field? Isn't this what America mean? Blue eyes and blonde hair, or in all I see are white angels like Negroes don't exist in heaven. Like hip don't hop because of the Jamaican Kool Herc spinning the 70s record to this ignorant black teacher. Is it that you can't pronounce the God in my name? Perhaps you should try to say it right, even if the bastardized English is refusing to become the servant for once in its German roots. Let me help you to taste that Nat Turner victory under the gums of your teeth to make you speak the Louisiana Creole like the Bayou dances, rhythm on your feet, black teacher. We are the Caribbean folklores who built the American blood. We look just like you. When a cop stopped me, he's not looking for the Haitian or Dominican side of me. His eyes were already trained to translate criminal for black skin, for guilty, for black to be translated as shoot first and ask questions later. So the next time I sit in your classroom, don't make me think Oreo of you. Or will you welcome me with open arms, celebrate our differences like the descendants of Ellis Island? After all, and they all unite to keep us divided, black teacher? Thank you. Thank you guys for coming to the open mic, y'all. Give yourself a round of applause. Give the poets a round of applause. And yo, we're gonna have about 10 minutes of a little break, and then coming back right after that, we're gonna have our slam. Get ready for the thrilling, Godzilla, all of that. Don't worry, I'm a poet, I could do that. Come up with words. Anyways, I'm giving you guys 10-minute break, and after that, we'll be back after these complete, exciting messages. All right, y'all. This is our 27th annual year for the Martin Luther King Social Justice Environment Poetry Slam. Give yourself a round of applause for being here. Yeah, I like this room. All right, all right, all right. Every time I say Martin Luther, you say King. Martin Luther? King. Martin Luther? King. That's what I'm talking about. So before we start to slam, we have something exciting and special for you guys. It's the actual Connecticut Poetry Slam team that's been, pretty much wrecking the house nationwide. They're here to do a couple Poetry Slam team group pieces for you guys. Let's get your hands clapping right now, people, for the verbal slap. Give it up for verbal slap, y'all. All right, all right, all right. Verbal slap.
What's up, y'all? Happy to be here opening the show for you guys, or the slam at least. Ready to rock, y'all?
Do it.
So, a while ago, me and my man kicking back and we watching the draft, and the NFL draft, and we hear, with the 28th pick in the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select defensive end Taco Charlton from the University of Michigan. So we thinking, who the hell would name their kid Taco?
I mean, you do see the irony, right?
The Dallas Cowboys, America's team.
Hold up. Jerry Jones's team.
Jerry Jones's team drafts a taco. Trump probably wants to build a wall around the stadium.
Taco is 6'6", 277 pounds, built like Black Stallion.
America, equestrian, a.k.a. Cowboys, still riding our backs on hopes to be great again. But they call us athletes the jocks, while this country places us on top of America's auction block.
Draft, sending the biggest, most athletic demigods to a team where they sacrifice their bodies in a game for a country that once made a game of sacrificing their bodies.
It makes sense. It makes sense America will draft a taco. We've always been a shell of a country with the dark meat stuff at the bottom, everything else stacked above it. Let us pledge allegiance to the cheddar at the expense of ground beef. The only way it can ever be deemed supreme is when you add a layer of white sour cream to the very top. There's a metaphor in that.
Fun fact, 81% of NFL quarterbacks are white.
Meanwhile, 81% of NFL defensive players are black. Irony, white men control the ball trying to break through a wall of brown faces. There's a history lesson in that. We are the front linebackers, pushed in the cornerback, where we Hail Mary for our safety, praying they don't throw the long bomb. Fun fact,
86% of NFL running backs
are black. 91% of NFL wide receivers are black. To this day, we're still only believe good enough to run and catch a pass. Catch my point. Irony. Taco went to the University of Michigan. The Wolverines. Taco is an American superhero with a chip on his shoulder that refuses to die no matter what you throw at him. The taco is one of the things that makes America great. You can't draft a taco, then deport the people that created it. If minorities took back everything we gave this country, America's team would be a lone star. There's no team without us. We make up us. The U.S. ain't complete without us. This country was built on us being less than man, yet us are the ones who are idolized.
And iconicized.
Only if us got us some size.
And some talent.
Even then, us still only get a fraction of what us earn them billionaires.
122 major professional sports teams, only one black-owned.
Irony. White men own the fields, black men work them. There's a history lesson in that. So when you draft a taco in the first round, you can't treat his people like second-class citizens. This country may not like us, but everyone loves a fucking taco.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Me and my partner wrote this piece a few years ago because we had a conversation and we found out there's nothing more revolutionary and more groundbreaking than fathers raising daughters and learning at the same time.
My baby, yeah. Shout out to my baby. Y'all say hi to my baby right there. MJ, raise your hand. Here she go. When you have a daughter, braiding hair ain't just braiding hair. It's a process. Wash. Keep her thoughts clean to help break up the dandruff of the world. Condition. To recondition her roots so she realizes she's not a black, broken, brittle piece of herself. Blow dry. Medium to low heat. Protect the history of her roots. Seal in your lessons. This is a process, because these lying relaxers will rip her from her culture like native tongues will rip from her mouths. When men have daughters, we hear, you gonna reap what you sow.
I mean, what goes around comes around, so we
part their hair straight to continue the path of angels sleeping in the nappy-headed roots, because equality can't be boxed in a box braid. So we grease up with black gospel verses, putting the Holy Ghost in our combs, because ethnic roots are blessed with trials and tribulations.
Like when white counselors told my daughter she can only choose in community colleges, but universities show her the money with full-fledged educational scholarships.
Like when my baby girl finally broke that board in Taekwondo class. There are moments where our kids do things that makes us proud, but it's an entirely different feeling when we watch them be proud of themselves. Braiding hair ain't just braiding hair. Style it with a spiritual connection, a beautiful three-strand trinity. Father, daughter, holy bond. Blessed be the shotgun for the prom date.
This ain't just braiding hair.
So I make sure her ponytail sits high on her head like her crown.
I braid underhanded to hide my fears of black girl magic.
Cause black girls are vanishing just like black boys. They go missing like barrettes. When a Tamir Rice gets shot, everyone forgets about Rakia Boyd, Ayanna Jones, Sandra Bland. These women have fathers like me, like us, who will go into Walmart and grab
period pillows,
rags,
sanitary napkins,
tampons, and dare somebody to say something.
They can catch these. Funny.
Cause they can catch these shea butter anointed hands. This is more than just braids and ponytails. These are open conversations. Like daddy.
Why can't I date him? Didn't you sell drugs?
It's daddy. I don't want to call mommy's new boyfriend daddy.
It's daddy. I think she wants to take me to the dance.
It's daddy. Why don't you have a daddy? This ain't just braiding hair. This is therapy. This is baby.
I put the drugs away a long time ago because you're the only potent substance I wanted to handle. It's baby.
We can share the same name as long as he loves you like I do. It's baby.
You can choose whoever you want. Just remember that daddy loves you.
It's baby. Any man can become a father, but it takes a real man to be one. Baby girl, your path won't be easy. You can't be tender-headed. You gotta be able to handle any style. This ain't about braiding your hair. It's about quality time. Ending daddy issues. Being your shoulder, but you not needing it, unapologetically independent, and showing unconditional love when this world gives you conditions. So even when my hands cramp, I will wash, dry, part, grease, twist, and braid my life around yours. Cause it's always been about loving you, and never been about braiding your hair.
Give it up. Verbal slap, y'all. This is verbal slap. Word, word. No doubt. That's how we're gonna be starting the slam, guys. Word, word. Verbal slap is a poetry group piece team that we started back in 2010, 2011 to go into the National Poetry Slam team. I was one of the coaches, also one of the teammates. You know, these brothers out here, when they come heavy. Without further ado, I would like to invite my mentor, my teacher, the scholar, the poet, the musician. Man, this guy does everything, man. In any case, give it up to Ngoma! Give it up to Ngoma!
What's up, y'all? Who controls the volume on here? Check, check, check. Okay, so it's good to see all of y'all. Give yourself a hand just for being here. Yeah. So this is the 27th event here, Slam, yeah. I need some group participation, you know. I'm gonna say, hey, yo, and y'all gonna answer, all right? Can y'all do that? Hey, yo! No, y'all gotta do better than that. I mean, really, this was a celebration. Hey, yo! Yeah, that's much, much better. So look here. We dedicate this slam to Zannette Lewis. Zannette Lewis was the person who suggested that this happen. So she initiated this whole thing. So we give her credit for it. Give up some love for Zannette, yeah? Yeah, so this toy here, you may know of it as a didgeridoo. Is that what y'all know it as? So check this out. The Aborigines say that this is a yidaki, Y-I-D-A-K-I, not a didgeridoo. Didgeridoo is a misnomer, like they call you out your name, Jigaboo. Ah, you got me here. This is a yidaki. It was said that this instrument sounded the world into being. And its sound takes one in what you call the dream time. And we play it as an opening. It opens the way for spirits to come. So I always start by playing it in honor of Zannette, in honor of Dr. King, in honor of all our ancestors. So that's how we're going to start. So what's up, y'all? How many of y'all never been to a poetry slam? So poetry slam is a performance poetry competition where each poet is going to come up to the mic and they're going to do a poem. And it's going to be 3 rounds. The first round is going to be a 2-minute round. The second round is going to be a 3-minute round. The last round is going to be a 4-minute round. We have 10 poets, And we got some judges. Let me let you know who the judges are. Our judges are Oshun Yoying Alake, Carol Correa. Oh, I can't see that far. You're going to have to come up here. You're going to have to come closer. I can't see your numbers from here. Gary Winfield, the senator. Give it up for him. Jennifer Davis. Where's? Can you move closer too so I can see your numbers? I need a telescope here. And Michael Jefferson, give it up, Esquire, in the house. So, while they're moving up here, this is the way this works, see? Each poet's gonna come to the mic and they're gonna do their poem. And the judges are gonna judge them anywhere from 0 to 10. 0 for the poem that you should have left at home. And 10 for the poem that make everybody break dance. Y'all feel me? And you're gonna throw out the high score and the low score, and we're gonna add up the 3 scores in the middle, and that's your score for the poem. Y'all understand that? Okay. Now, I always do what they call a sacrificial poem. That's so the judges can calibrate, like figure out what's what, you know what I'm saying? So I always do a poem for the year, the poem that I wrote for this year. Sometimes it's for the end of the year. Sometimes I can't find no glasses. But the judges are going to give me a score, just like they would give a score for the poets. Okay? Is that all right with y'all? Hey, yo! Yeah, all right. Sounds good. Poem before I'm censored. I'm here to say what I probably can't say without my name being added to a list. But secretly, it'd be like Nazi Germany up in here, and everything is being recorded. There's a dragon and a bear waiting for the eagle to fall. But the bear stepped in a pile of quicksand, and democracy teeter-totters on the edge of disaster, praying to Jesus. But Jesus didn't pay the phone bill, and it seemed like nobody's home. While civil war looms on the horizon in a megaverse already poisoned by Twitter. And speaking truth to power might easily have one labeled anti-Semitic. But Joe Sixpack missed out on critical race theory. It's only taught in college. So the truth was omitted from his storybooks. And Semitic is beyond understanding to a sixth grader's reading comprehension. Nobody told them that the war between the states is over and they lost. So January 6th was a warning drill for the future. And I just want to know, are you paying attention yet? I'm not too sure about the Holy Babel, but the Ukraine sure seems like Armageddon. And the Proud Boys' insurrection seemed like a good rehearsal. Gentrification is warfare in these yet-to-be United States. Iran executes women for not wearing hijabs. They call it crimes against God, but there's blood in the water. Is that not a crime against God? There are riots in Peru. The gavel gave gravediggers something, so what can be done since Roe is dead? After all, Thomas Clarence judged it. But what could you expect? After all, his wife is melanin deficient and thinks the election was stolen as the White House is in disarray and we wait to see if Trump will skin thin will be convicted. Common sense left the building a long time ago. Now I'm wondering what the king would say. And where's John Brown when you need him? We are not minorities, but oppressed nationalities. Millions at the border trying to take their land back. So I think they're scared of us. Well, let's stop genocide. After all, has there ever really been peace on earth? When guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns. But how will the gunless be protected? We'd best pray for the day when armies refuse to fight. So judges, what y'all think of that? Don't be bashful. Oh, we got a judge's escort service too, so don't worry. You can, just in case. Okay, so from low to high, I got a 10, a 10, a 9.8, a 9.5, a 9, and an 8. That was 6? How I get 6? I ain't got but 5 sets of cards. Let's try that again. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do we get 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. No, I got 6. How do we get 6? Okay, we need 5. Okay, so we're going. I thought somebody might be missing or something, so we got 5 judges. Okay, so I'm kind of eliminating you. All right. So now that we got that straight, let's try to. Yeah, well, you can keep a T-shirt. That's the least we can do for this mix-up. So the scores are from low to high: an 8.5, a 9, a 9.8, a 10, and a 10. So that makes the score what? Scorekeeper. 29.3. That's a 29.3 for my poem, right? Okay. So now y'all see how they go. Record, you know, you can clap. It's all good. Now, our first poet is Abiose. Give some love for Abiose.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Don't be mad because my skin reminds you of chains and whips. Be mad because you're conditioned to see my chains and whips as some drugs I flip. Don't be bitter because of the lemonade I made from your strange fruits, or because I rearranged your language to fit inside a culture you broke. It's not my English that's broken. It only looks that way because I'm trying to keep myself from falling apart. So I got a little swagger when I speak from the heart. Don't hate me because I make pain look so good that you want to taste it and call yourself by the derogatory terms that you've used to describe me. Don't be jealous because I absorb the light that turns your skin red because my brown pigment is so colorful that you started to call it black to erase my spectrum. Not realizing that black birthed the universe. The stars can only shine against a black canvas and are eventually swallowed by a black hole, going back to the blackness that created them. Don't be angry. The venom you gave me made me the black mamba. The storms you rained down on me made Mayweather and Ali. With a prince so royal the rain had to fall in majestic shades of magenta, and a king who did it so good, he had to call it bad. Don't be mad because I birthed every style of music that this country ever had. The same hands gave you mathematics, astronomy, religion, written language, cars, light bulbs, traffic lights, cell phones. The same hands were raised like the hands of a god while you placed bullets in my torso to see if I'd resurrect. What else can I expect? You hate me because I'm beautiful, please. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful, because guess what? You are too.
Give us some love for Ameerah. Can y'all hear good in the back? Can you hear good in the back? Oh, okay. Because I can't hear. I'm right up here. Okay. Timekeeper, y'all got that? Those are 2 minute round, right? Okay. What's the score? We've got from low to high. We've got only see 4 scores. Where's the 5th score? There you are. We've got an 8.2, a 9.2, a 9.2, a 9.5, and a 9.8. And we throw out the high score and the low score. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. We got an 8.9. Hold them up again. I'm sorry. We got an 8.9. Where's the 5th person? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.2. A 9.2. A 9.2. A 9.5. And a 9.8. Da 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 da. Boom chicka. Boom chicka.
After 9.5, total score is 27.4.
27.4 for Ameerah. Give it up, give it up, give it up. You said 27.4. Next, we're going to hear from William Wawa Washington. Give it up for Wawa.
Like the water from the faucet that drips into the sink, we are systematically being murdered one by one. I wonder if that water is safe to drink. Drip, drip like the blood of Jesus dripping from that old rugged cross. Drip, drip, life taken, life given, life lost. Drip, drip, African remains buried at sea. Drip, drip, black blood dripping from southern trees. Drip, drip, after the bang, bang, another black male gunned down by racist police. Drip, drip, as the rain washes Native American blood off inner city streets. Drip, drip, a black mother cries. Drip, drip, her black baby dies. Drip, drip, a black man, a black father tries. A black father tries. Drip, drip into the river that flows no more. Like black history, that river stopped running a long time ago. They took black history out of our libraries and God out of our schools. Drip, drip, we ain't no fools. God didn't make us a color, he made us a people. Drip, drip was supposed to be the sound of the trickle down, but all it did was drip money from a rich man's right hand into his left hand. We is hungry again. That's the difference between a rich man and a poor man. Drip, drip. Drip, drip, Republicans say, don't worry, be happy. While the evolutionists say a monkey's your pappy. You is ugly if your hair's nappy. Full lips, pug nose, curved legs, skinny toes. Ain't that the way that lie goes? Ain't that the way black history is told? Ain't that the way that river flows? Why they hate us so they don't even know? Drip, drip, Emmett Till. Drip, drip, Trayvon. Drip, drip, Sandra Bland. We are systematically being murdered one by one. And like that water from the faucet that drips into the sink, I wonder if that water is safe to drink. Drip, drip.
Yeah. Hey, yo! What y'all think of that, judges? For William Wawa Washington. I see 1 up, 2 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, from low to high, we've got an 8.5, a 9.0, a 9.1, a 9.3, and a 10. Da, 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 da. All right. That's a 27.4 for Wawa Washington. Come on, clap. What? What's up? Abioso's form, the score's wrong? Oh, we made a mistake on Abiose's score. What is it? It's a 26.8. Woo. Okay. Sorry, yo. Next, we're going to hear from Hattress Barbour. Give some love for Hattress in the house. What? Hey, yo! You got to wake up in here. This is a participatory event, okay? This is not school. This is not church. You can make all the noise you want to. Give up some love for Hattress.
The women in my family are magic. You see, I have witnessed them transform tragedy into triumph, cradling self-esteem and rocking pain to sleep with lullabies that soothe the average beast like me. See, I've seen them look dead in the eyes and laugh like only a black woman could. With enough cocoa butter and shade to even out all of my dark places. With enough snaps, neck rolls, and hand claps to let you know when they ain't playing. Enough fortitude to last generations, because as we all know, black, it just don't crack like that. Because see, when my mother died, these women literally put the men on their back and carried us to understanding. When my uncle died, they were the only ones to not cry. The only ones to allow for us men to be both vulnerable and safe. You see, this is what God must feel like. They say that the burden of strength, it always lies with the wise. Well, these women birth boulders and can move mountains with their mouths. I remember overhearing conversations in the kitchen. And if y'all know anything, y'all know ain't nothing more magical than 4 black women in one kitchen, you see. I watched them there, conjuring feasts fit for kings, with recipes passed on from elders I have never seen, but always knew they loved me still to this day just by the way my food tasted. I watched them there, gracefully stirring pots, measuring by hand just the right amount that's good for your soul. See, they were good for your soul like church, because the kitchen, it was praise and worship. The kitchen, it was knees on a pew, an invitation to forgiveness. And these women were extensions of God. These women were fried chicken, collards, and turkey neck bones, baked mac and cheese, gizzards, and gluten-filled bread, because gluten-free just don't taste the same. These women were seasoning, picked from the earth and packaged in tough love, raw, salty, and sweet. These women have survived fires and lived to tell of smoke, of rubble, of ash that blows in the wind like strange fruit on Mississippi trees. See, they have seen their fathers die by the hands of whites and still manage to smile. They have seen their mothers go from matriarchs to forgotten by the history books and still encouraged us to read until we can write until it is right, until monuments are erected in their honor. And even if they aren't, at least all of y'all will know that this little black boy came from a loving family. So it amazes me how hearing the rumblings of an empty stomach was the only motivation they needed. How they withdrew pain from wounds I never knew I had. How they had love etched on the insides of their arms so that every hug had the power of healing. How they knew honey and ginger and apple cider vinegar worked better than anything a doctor could ever prescribe. I have no idea. The women in my family are magic, I swear. And I just want them to know that that monument they've been waiting for has always been right here. Thank you.
Give some love for Hattress in the house. Yes, indeed. What you think, judges? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boom. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 up. We got an 8.5. We got a 9.3, a 9.5, a 9.7, and a 10. Could y'all hold them up again? From low to high, an 8.5, a 9.3, a 9.5, a 9.7, and a 10. Hey, yo! All right. Oh, God, yo. You got me, huh? Boom, down, down, down. What's up, bros? You got a calculator. What's the problem? Is it a time penalty on there?
After a 6-point time penalty,
Woo!
total score 22.5.
A 22.5 for Hatris. Oh. Give us some love for that. Come on, let's go. Right. We applaud all the scores, all the scores. Yeah, I'm reminding the poets that we're in the 2-minute round, so that's why if you won't go over that 2 minutes, you lose points, okay? This is a 2-minute round. All right. Anyway, give us some love for Hatris. Next, we're going to hear from a sister. It's about time for a sister, right? We're going to hear from Ameerah Shabazz-Bilal in the house.
Can we be born black and not sing? Can we sit on boardwalk edges and let our feet dangle and do nothing but fish and not be lazy? Can we define ourselves as though it's long after we've forgotten and we know when we hear Ugweli with no meaning attached, we recognize home? Can we pull any crayon from the crayon box and not identify any person or people with it and not be confused but be okay because the black crayon never looked like us in the first grade or the second grade or in college, but we said okay. Can we use a magic eraser that ain't really magic, but is real to explain our own innocence? The only curse that we bear is a bare heart that evil used our souls, erasing our connections to days of old. Can we stop carrying the original sin of all our people that may not be our people, but is our people? Because when we arrived here, and this place has us now not recognizing self, can we go back to rules of old like Motown with girls and drews, etiquette of life and dignity, wearing true crowns, not the ones found on the ground, wiping smut from peaks and sparkling jewels, because we know we is we, and we ain't meant to be them, because all we can be is we. Can we know that this mask that we must put down and bask in the knowledge of self, the self, rightfully own our own existence, speak the evil back to hell, and baptize our own mind in the seduction that has us wrapped in the reduction of our own selves, elevate our nature to the level of creation, because we are man. We are woman. Can we bask in the knowledge of knowing when they found them bones in Jebel? That's Africa, if you don't know. Not one of those African masks masked the soul out of existence. They speak to sacredness, rights of creation, life, death, value. Let's speak to God, y'all. But not one of them speaks to the indignity, nor the malignity of basking a soul out of life until they no longer recognize themselves. You people, we wear this mask through grin and guile, and you have all the guile, and we are no longer grinning. Can we see that God ain't white? And believe without disbelief that he ain't black neither? Can we unwrap this thing and understand there are way too many colors in the rainbow and neither black nor white live there? Can we think we are made from images in the reflection pool, which the bottom is dirt and dust, and we shall return there? Can we wade in that water? Can we wade in that water? Can we just be black and live free?
Yeah, give some love for Ameerah. Give up some love for Ameerah. What? Up in here. Did y'all have y'all's coffee today? I mean, okay. I'm gonna be good. I can't see yours. Now I can. From low to high, we've got a 9.0, a 9.2, a 9.2, a 9.5, and a 9.5. I got you. Doo doop doo doop doo doop doo doop doo doo doop. How we doing with that? So y'all want to know why I don't slam? Say what? This is called Why I Don't Slam. I got real shit to say. There's no system that can judge it. It's unjudgeable. Unjudgeable may not actually be a word. Most of the judges at slams outside of this one don't know shit about poetry anyway. And depending on the venue, might be drunk. A lot of what I have to say will piss you off. I like to win and I don't give a damn about the score. I don't care about your sex life nor your sexual preference. It's not my business. It's not up for discussion. I've been in this spoken word game too long to give a damn what you think. Poetry is not a popularity contest to me. My tolerance for bullshit is limited. I'm allergic to bad poetry. I'm not a therapist. If I were, I'd send a lot of poets a bill. My poetry has a real purpose. It's not a pickup line. I'm giving you my opinion, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. This poem doesn't require a score. It's unscorable. That may not be a real word either, but this poem isn't competing for a prize. How we doing, Midnight? What's the score?
After a 6.5 time penalty.
Oh, damn.
21.4.
Okay. Give up some love for 21.4. Yeah. We applaud all the scores and all the poems for everybody. 21.4. Give it up for Ameerah. Next, we're going to hear from Goddess Taimani Rain. Yeah, give it up.
What makes black women become Olympians? Make career from survival. When instinct in danger becomes purpose, cheating death is life lesson. Safety and success are defined the same no matter how much you pray your prey. When fight isn't an option, do feet grow wings? When do young girls learn to fly? Soon as they can look both ways on sex-trafficked streets, this country crosses us. Makes backseat gymnasts, telephone pole dancers tight enough to rope us up. The difference between noose and news is an elimination race. Girls be running, late for class, passing predators outside school bus doors, masked as mommy's friends. I pray the only time little black girls get caught fast is on track. Hope they stay on track, but how? You be both contested
contestant and trophy, constantly searching for self, only allowed to smoke. Competition system rewards you stereotype, sexualized faces, pretty enough for crucifixion. I wonder how you make entertainment from generational curse. Does audience applause cause PTSD, post-traumatic slavery disorder, pre-trial sense of death? There's reason to choose sprint over relay. It's over quicker. Can't trust anyone's hand, less likely to step on ancestors turning in graves. Watching innate abilities become American propaganda. We still for sale. Be reruns, running lights at Granny's. Months mommy couldn't catch payments. Eventually these legs will make enough bills to cover theirs. Turn survival to career. Prime in your primal a beast. Maybe that's why this world wants to euthanize us. Most disrespected in America. Counts on our downfall. Send senseless census to keep us redlined. Planted in plantation we run like Tubman. Freeing village, feet unchained. It's our job to survive, succeed. We escape the hood but never its shadow. Start at the pistol. Race to get outranged. Keep souls off pavements enough to leave legacy instead of traces. Not to be defined by chalk lines, but the many you make it past first to know. No matter how they meddle your decisions, they will never take away your gold.
All right. Yeah. I got a feeling y'all like that one. All right, 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4 up. We're waiting on 5, Carol. Okay, from low to high, we've got a 9.5, a 9.7, a 9.8, a 10, and a 10. Woo! Yeah, what's up? 29.5. A 29.5. Woo! Give it up, give it up, give it up. Yeah. Next, we're going to hear from a young lady by the name of Yexandra Diaz. Give it up for Yex.
Get your hand out my pocket. Did you know you needed power and authority in order to be racist? You must have forgot you a puppet, and without their masters, puppets can't say shit. Yet here we are, and they got you thinking you that nigga on the plantation. Don't you know what they do to niggas? Public emasculation, castration by different name. A black man was hung today from the tie of his monkey suit, fashioned into a noose, lynched on a money tree. I've witnessed a brother strung up through the wire by his Adidas shoestrings. Male privilege is the giant that looks in the mirror and fails to see black men. Where'd you get the audacity to speak, boy, while their mouths filled with blood from biting on tongues for so long? Can't you hear the hypocrisy when all the flashing lights come on? Do you see blood on the leaves from strange fruit? Has your 15 minutes become a death sentence too? Can't you smell the assassination of black male images in the air? Don't you even care, boy, who gave you the permission to think? They ain't tell you how dangerous it is for black men to think or feel. And don't you know niggas been killed for less? Like for being born, like for choosing slavery because you can't afford your masters, like for not addressing the elephant carcass in the room Jim Crow has been after. Maybe if you get your hand out their pocket and place it over your mouth, how dare you speak on our bondage from the comfort of their house? You made a killing until your beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy became an ugly white lie. You were supposed to be living a dream with your eyes wide. Don't you know that's the stuff nightmares are made of? You ain't know all this shit was made up? How about you make up your mind? Are you willing to shoot off your nose to spite your own race? Do you want immortality or do you want to survive? You see, survivors tell the stories, but martyrs, they never die.
Hey, yo! Give up some love for Alexandra. Give it up, give it up. Yeah. You know, it's really good to see all of y'all. I meant to tell y'all that. This has been the largest, most attended slam that we've had in this house. Yeah. And after COVID and all the other crap, you know, we're glad to see all of y'all. From low to high, we've got an 8.2. We've got a 9.3, a 9.4, a 9.6, a 9.7. Come on, clap. Shit. See, I had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get here on time. So y'all don't want me to go to sleep, right? I generally get up about 11. Yeah, okay. What are we doing here? Down, a 28 point. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. That's why we gave you a calculator, brother. I used to do this in my head. Well, 27.8 for Yex. Next, we're going to hear from a brother by the name of Slangston Hughes. Give it up for Slangston Hughes. Yeah.
So a few days ago, I traveled to the future, where I met a black baby who glowed in the dark. When I asked him how, the child didn't speak, but handed me a smile inside of a notebook that read the following: Black light, the resilience and brilliance of black people managing to stay alive while simultaneously bringing brightness to an often dark world that knows only how to hate you. I heard that black joy is the substance left over after black rage melts away. After our ability to love endlessly punches white supremacy in the face. Correction. Black joy is the ability to punch white supremacy in the face. It's what's left over when both patience and paranoia run out. Have you ever seen a classroom configure into a courthouse? A church steeple fold in on its people? Prayers and eulogies have become synonymous on our tongue. I guess poetry really don't save lives. The way we go from bassinet to body bag in the blink of an eye. The thin line between hands up, don't shoot, and praise God, I'm coming home. It ain't that we got soul, but rather we live so close to death that ours is always showing, as if the way we hung from trees wasn't proof that Jesus was one of us. How even God's son was murdered by the state in a public execution, as if the crucifixion wasn't the first lynching. But democracy has always been a dead body propped up at the party, where everybody feeds off its rotting flesh, an oral orgy of the worst kind, where the poor and the dying get fucked every time. You ever notice how America and necrophilia rhymes? This was supposed to be my Black Joy poem, and nigga it is. Because despite all the poplar tree imagery and the poetry, our resilience radiates infinitely. Our laughter, a survival tactic. Why you think our humor is so dark, our tears so cleansing? And I've seen black light sparking and leaping into existence. The playlist of resistance, like Erica Bridgeford transforming a crime scene into a sacred space, knowing that death is not a thing except a door that needs to be opened to let the music out, like an old man bending himself into an infant that glows in the dark.
up, give it up, give it up. Slangston Hughes in the house, what? Okay. Oh, boy. We've got from low to high. We've got a 9.6, a 9.6, a 9.8, a 10 in the 10. How we doing? Woo! 29.4. Slangston Hughes. Y'all keep that going on. Keep that going. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Next we're gonna hear from a sister by the name of Chala Williams in the house.
I write to slay dragons, dismantle factions, give no evil traction, sharpen vision, and the cut incision into the iron wall of oppression. I write truth so you can stop guessing. I ink words into weapon, bind what confines you, find and grind what haunts your mind. I ain't come here to waste no time, and don't tell me about no try. I need you to do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied, young or old, intrigued, bold. I need you to go forth and do, but not as you're told. I write because my voice is necessary. My cadence varies. Sometimes the things I say are downright scary, formidable and daring. Adventurous treats you shouldn't be faring. If you are here, then bury everything even close to defeat. Plant your feet, push your sleeves up, wake up your ankles so you can juke adversity. Life be obstacle university. You better get your damn degree. No matter how uncomfortable the journey, beat your chest and flex, my G. Pain be soliloquy of retreat. Memory, take that pity song off repeat. Affirm your power confidently. What else would you be speaking if not affirming your victory? You didn't come this far to concede to a trick. Ask Ben Barnes or Jack Goldfinger, master magicians who flossed in their volition. You are the general of your condition. Ain't no way you can ever quit. And I write the words so you remember that shit. You started, so you might as well finish it.
Hey, yo! Sucky. We've got scores are up already. Dun 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 dun. We've got from low to high an 8.0. We've got a 9.6, a 9.7, a 9.8, and a 9.9. Chala. Yeah. So my text for today is called, I didn't come here to tap dance. I got copies, check me out. Some of them are autobiographical and some of them are just stuff that happened during my lifetime. But this one here, this is autobiographical. Where were you when the king of love was killed? April 4th, the trigger pulled, the bullet cried at 6:01. Heartbeat ceased at 7:05. Lorraine was the woman scorned. It was Bluff City, the place that Elvis ruined. St. Joseph could not save him. The evil was not bluffing. The digits were against him. The math total equaled 6. The number for sacrifice, the number for caring, the number for healing, the number for teaching others, the number for protection. But he left his juju home. Peace and harmony forsake him. Conspiracy completed. The bullet was no love letter. Destiny with his disappointment to protest inequality incinerated. Garbage men and their mothers mourn the rest of the world. A young draftee, I was in the barracks, looking at my reflection in newly spit-shine boots, pondering how soon I might get sent to Nam when the news broke on the radio. A redneck muttered under his breath, "Good, the nigger's dead." It was at Fort Pricks, AKA Fort Dix, when the lights went out and the riot started. I don't remember how long it took for the MPs to break it up. The next day's training was how to quell mob violence. I stood firm with the brothers who resisted and decided not to go. I didn't come here to tap dance. Where we at? Let's just go. 29.1 for T'Challa. Hey, yo. Y'all having a good time? Y'all like this? It's really good to see all of y'all, man. This is like, yo, what? Next, we're gonna hear from Ray Jane. Give it up for Ray Jane.
For my sisters. My sauce so thick might mess around and get myself preggo. What I'm attempting to enunciate is just how delicious I can get. You won't have to build it, just hit the button, Lego. But the style ain't immaculate, it was passed down smelling of myrrh and frankincense, adding ancestral tact that makes space for me. Cackling at your next boundary like, please, we been hurdled that. I carry my facts on my sleeve, skin so deep it had to be black, skin so black it had to be deep, so deep it defines the date of first being, cuts the ribbon. So colonizers' predecessors' scissors run dull, ever fruiting forward toward the pole. I'm trying to yank down they wool. See straight, out of cop and please, I'm only guilty of chasing free, jailbreaking myself out of incarcerated versions of me. Here we go. Hold on to your history. Cause the next griot to speak might make a Karen think she crazy. I'm running circles round her lies laid out by the enemy zagged. Past pandering politics trying to zig me like I'm dizzy, like I'm unaware that I've been bubbling beneath my best. Once had a hater bet against my beast and I unleashed so much fire I had to foam myself. Now I'm fizzy. Give me a minute. I'll be back to my winnings. Give my wings a break. Nah, not Icarus, sunflare flame. More like my aunt. I know I say that a lot, but balance is embedded in my spirit. Can't help but be principled when I'm either hot or cold, never tepid. Communication presenting solutions outright in each message. Here to help you rebuild the world to weather the worst of our efforts. My authenticity is implicit, so miss me with your off-balance commenting as if you could question. Could demolish these boundaries. Get back with that bad energy. Best believe that what I'm not, and also what I've always been, is the one. Thank you.
Yeah, give some love for Ray Jane in the house. Give it up, give it up. We've got 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4 up. Where's 5? 5 up. We go from low to high. We've got a 9.2, a 9.3, a 9.7, a 9.7, and a 9.8. just in case some of y'all trying to do the math with us, we throw out the high score and the low score, and we add up the 3 in the middle, and that's the score, okay? Y'all figured it out? Oh, okay. Doop-chi-da.
Total score 28.7.
28.7 for Ray Jane. Oh, wait. Might be a time penalty, I don't know. Was it? 28.8. Give it up. Come on, let's go. 28.8. Hey, yo. Y'all still with me? Suki. Let's hear from Lyrical Faith in the house. What?
The earliest Black American form of birth control was women chewing cotton roots on the plantation to prevent or terminate pregnancy. An unborn child in the 1600s would get a taste of the crop they'd eventually be forced to pick and disintegrate from the body before life chose them. Because ain't no mother want her kid to live like this. So they killed birth as a form of resistance. But she still got raped, still had to work the fields after, still got whipped for bleeding on the cotton. The white fetus was the Black woman's burden. But the Black fetus was the white man's bullseye. Mary Turner was 8 months pregnant when she spoke up about her husband being lynched. So they hung her from a tree, poured gasoline all over her body, and cut open her belly. The C-section only exists because Black bodies were experiments. We were literally forced to give birth to the science of gynecology. They sliced Mary Turner's stomach, stomped her baby to the ground, and no one marched. But now that Roe v. Wade has taken white women's choices away, we have no choice but to midwife their movement. So to the Beckys who are so upset about their rights being splattered under the boots, welcome. We've been expecting you.
Yeah. Give it up for Lyrical Faith. What? In the house, word. We've got 1 up, we've got 2 up, we've got 3 up, we've got 4, 5. From low to high, we've got a 9.6, a 9.7, a 9.8, a 10, and a 10. Woo-wee. Hey, yo. Yeah, that's what I said. All right. 29.5. We've got a 29.5. So, for the second round, we're going to take 6 people into the second round. They're going to figure out who them 6 people are, all right? But meanwhile, this poem is free. This poem is free, although you may have paid to hear me read it. This poem is sovereign. It has no birth certificate. It doesn't give a damn that it has no form. This poem wasn't written for you. It wrote itself. This poem has no 3-minute rule. It wasn't written for the slam. It doesn't give a damn about the score. This poem doesn't care that it is political. This is an erotic reading. This poem refuses to be porn on paper. This poem doesn't care about your sex life unless you're taken into bed. This poem has a complicated relationship with its 9 to 5. This poem doesn't care about Jesus. This poem wants to know why you turned your back to your ancestors to follow your oppressor's religion. This poem doesn't care if it pisses you off. It prides itself in controversy. This poem thinks you should turn off that idiot box and read a book. This poem doesn't care about Kate and William, Bill and Hillary, Michelle and Barack have been in fucking jury as far as that matters. This poem doesn't care about who you marry. Once the night is tired, it's your damn problem. Deal with it. This poem does not care that it makes use of profanity. This poem thinks there's nothing more profane than poverty and wants to get paid. This poem is horny and wants to get laid. This poem has arthritis and wants to move to Cali for that medicinal weed. This is not the poem written by Muta Baruka, and it won't go on and 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 on in your mind. What happens in this poem stays in this poem. This poem is a bad mother, yo. This poem is free. This poem is free, free, free. Yeah. How we doing? Okay, we're gonna take a short break to tell you who's gonna go into the second round.